Hello students, welcome to Forpa Academy. This is Monica Srivastav. As you guys now know that I am your instructor for the subject Classical Mechanics, and in this video lecture series I am trying to convey my knowledge towards you guys about the subject Classical Mechanics, and this is our lecture number 8 from the last lecture till lecture 1 to 7. We have learned about Lagrange's and Lagrangian and Hamiltonian mechanics and equation of motions of various systems, and we have solved many related problems too of CSI, NET, JRF, GATE, JEST, etc. My last video was an introductory video introducing you guys about this section. In this section, we will learn about the basics of small oscillations and the normal modes of vibrations. So this is our lecture number 8, and you guys see a diagram on your screen which is like a pendulum having the string length L and a bob of mass M, and with a small angle theta it is oscillating back and forth towards its equilibrium position. So for these types of systems we will derive the basic concepts, and we will try to derive the normal modes of vibrations of these systems, and we will try to derive the frequencies, forces, etc. about these systems. So in our this lecture series, these lecture series, like what we will read in this section, we will do some basic concepts of small oscillations, then I'll tell you about normal modes of vibrations, what are those vibrations, how they are generated, and I will tell you how to form the matrix of kinetic and potential energy, then how to derive the frequency of small oscillations, and we will do some practice question. In this section, I have divided this section in 3 to 4 video lectures, in which I will provide you guys 2 to 3 questions each in my each video lecture, and I will try to convey my knowledge to you guys about this topic. So this is the introduction about mechanical vibrations. So oscillations and vibrations looks like similar. They are, but in a different way. A mechanical vibration is the motion of a particle or a body which oscillates about a position of equilibrium. You can see in this diagram, this is a spring mass system in which this mass, this particle or this system having mass m is displaced with its equilibrium position. It is attached with a spring, and the other end of spring is attached to a rigid support. So this is basically spring mass system, and when we are stretching this spring towards right, the mass is displaced by its equilibrium position, and when we leave this, the spring starts oscillating, and there are some mechanical vibrations too. So some general terms which you guys always remember, that what are those terms is, let me tell you, period of vibration. What are period of vibration? The time interval required by the system to complete a full cycle of motion. The time or time interval which is needed to complete a full cycle of any object moving or in motion, that is period of vibration. And second is frequency. So what is frequency? The number of cycles per unit of time. You know these definitions from the previous classes too. What is amplitude? The amplitude is the maximum displacement of the system from its position of equilibrium. The maximum displacement. So the maximum displacement is amplitude, and what we are doing for oscillations and for generating vibrations, we are just making some displacement to the original system with its equilibrium position. Okay, so most of the vibrations are undesirable. Like most vibrations are undesirable. What are those? The examples are like unwanted sound or noise, like for engines, for electrical motors, they are generating unwanted sounds. They are normally generating mechanical vibrations, but they are undesirable. They are useless for us, and this is just like the waste of energy. So some vibrations are undesirable and some vibrations are desirable. Some oscillations are desirable, and for some of those systems we will study in our this video lecture. So these are some oscillating systems. The first one is the spring, the same system, the same spring mass system which I shown you earlier too. So this system contains frequency omega equals to under root k upon m. Systems like these, like spring mass systems, have the frequency omega equals to under root k upon m, where this k is the spring constant of this spring, and this m is the mass, this mass. Okay, and the period of time period, capital T, will be 2 pi under root m upon k. 2 pi is constant, obviously. And the another system is the simple pendulum. Simple pendulum, you guys know, you have already seen the watches in your houses having the pendulum which oscillates back and forth towards its equilibrium position. And when we are making a free body diagram of this system, and we are just comparing it with the physical pendulum, what we are getting? We are getting frequency omega equals to under root g upon L, and T equals to 2 pi under root L upon g, where g is the gravitational acceleration and L is the length of that spring or that line or that conventional length which we are considering for the physical pendulum too. When we are not considering the rotation or the motion along the circle, we are doing these things, like we are we have the frequency omega this and time period t this. But when once we are considering rotational systems too, when we are talking about spherical pendulums, then we will have to consider the torque, which is tau equals to I alpha, and from this relation some mathematical is done here, and what we are getting? We are getting d to phi over dt square approximately equals to minus m dg phi upon I. What is this? This is the motion of a pendulum approximates simple harmonic motion for small angular displacement. When there is small angular displacement, it approximates to simple harmonic motion. So this is a simple overview of some oscillating systems. All the lectures will move around these situations only. We will consider the problems related to these systems. Such systems are those who have the small oscillating frequencies. That is why we are considering these. So let me tell you what are small oscillations. So this is a basic definition. If a particle originally in a position of equilibrium is displaced by a small amount, a force will tend to bring it back to its original position. Okay, so what are small oscillation which is explained here is when a particle is in its equilibrium position originally. And what we are doing, we are just displacing that particle from its equilibrium position. We are applying some force and we are just leaving it. So again a force is generating, and that force is bringing back that particle to its original position. So the system starts oscillating, and those oscillations are small oscillations. Now I am going to derive an important relation between spring constant or Hooke's constant and the potential of the system. So I will start with the Taylor series, and it is important because the questions related to this relation are like they are coming every year in every paper in IIT JAM, in BARC, in GATE, in JEST, in CSIR NET, obviously, and various types of MSc entrances, school lecturers, etc. So this expression is very useful too. So we will derive this expression. We assume that the restoring force F is only a function of position. F is only a function of position. So F equals to Fx. So it is then easily expanded in a Taylor series. So what is Taylor series? The Taylor series is, if we know fx naught, f dash x naught, fn x naught, then we can get behavior of function about its neighborhood. What is x naught here? X naught is the original position or the equilibrium point, and f dash means one time single derivative of this function. F double dash x means double derivative, and f n x naught means n time of differentiation of that function. Okay, so let's move ahead. So this is our Taylor series. F x naught plus h equals to f x naught plus g f dash x naught plus h square upon factorial to f double dash x naught. Now there are two diagrams shown on your screen. First one is the curve between fx, the function, and the displacement x. The second one is the curve between the potential energy, which is the function of x, Vx, and the displacement itself. So in this diagram, look at this diagram carefully. In this diagram, you can see some heights and some crest. These are some crest. So these are some maxima having the maximum potential energies x2 and x4, and the crest x0 and x1 having the minimum potential energy respectively. So equilibrium position is that at which potential energy is minimum or zero. What is equilibrium position? An equilibrium position is that position of any pendulum, of any system, at which the potential energy is minimum or zero. So in this diagram, you can see x0 and x1 are the stable equilibrium points. Why? Because they have the minimum potential energy, x0 and x1. And x2 and x4 are unstable equilibrium points. Why? Because they having the more potential energy or maximum potential energies respectively. So now you guys know the concept. Okay, let's move ahead. What we will do now, we will just expand the potential energy as Taylor series form. So V x naught plus h now will be V x naught plus h V dash x naught plus h square upon factorial to V double dash x naught plus, and so on. What we will do now, we will just do some mathematical. We will put this V x naught here to here. V x naught plus h minus V x naught equals to h V dash x naught plus h square upon factorial to V double dash x naught, and so on. And this will become del of V, like the change in potential energy it is. So basically it will become del V or delta V equals to this will become 0 because single derivative with respect to its equilibrium position is 0. So 0 plus h square upon 2 factorial V double dash x naught, and this will approximately be equal to delta V approximately equals to half h square V double dash x naught. Since for spring with extension h has stored energy, for spring what we will do for spring constant K equals to V double dash X naught. Okay, so what we will conclude with equation 1 and 2. We will conclude, we know that the frequency of oscillation is omega equals to under root K upon M. So we will conclude omega equals to K is approximately equals to V double dash X naught. We have derived here only. See, K equals to V double dash X naught. Why? Because H is constant, half is constant. So basically this delta V extension H has been stored. So we can just see this equation 1 and put this value. So we are getting K equals to V double dash X naught. And what we are doing? We are just putting instead of this K, V double dash X naught. And for radial motion, we will just do, we will just put R instead of position X. So there are two types of small oscillations in 1D, linear oscillations and radial oscillations. Radial oscillations occur only in canonical pendulum, and linear oscillations are like simple pendulum and so on. That spring mass system have also the linear oscillations. So this is the important relation. You guys have to remember it always. And now we will do some problems related to this relation. So this is our problem number 1. If potential energy of a particle of mass m is Vx equals to 3x square minus 2x, find frequency of oscillations along x direction. So potential of the particle is given and we have to find the frequency. So we have not to the question is very simple, and this potential energy is given Vx equals to 3x square minus 2x. What we will do, we will just derive omega equals to under root V double dash x upon m. So we will just derive V dash x and we will put it equals to 0. We will just get the equilibrium point x naught. Again we will derive, we will differentiate this V double dash x and we will put the value of V double dash x here and we will get our answer. So when the potential energy is given and the frequency is asked, we will do this type of calculation. So this is too easy. Next problem is, if potential energy of a particle of mass m is Vx equals to x cube minus x, then find minimum velocity to move particle from stable equation to unstable. We have to find the minimum velocity from stable equation to unstable. Here a graph you can see on your screen. This is a sinusoidal wave, and how we are getting this graph, let me tell you. This is the solution. Since Vx is given x cube minus x, what we will do, we will just do V dash x, which is 3x square minus 1. We will put this equals to 0 and we will get two values of x naught, which is plus minus under root 1 by 3. So this is our minus 1 by 3. This point is our minus 1 by 3. This point is our plus 1 by 3. And we will draw a cut accordingly. Now what we will do, we will double differentiate this Vx and we will get V double dash x equals to 6x. Now we have to derive for both stable equation to unstable. We have to find the minimum velocity now. So we will just put both the answers of x naught plus under root 1 by 3 and minus under root 1 by 3, and we will get two values of V double dash x naught plus 6 under root 1 by 3 and minus 6 under root 1 by 3. Now V minimum will be for plus 1 upon under root 3, which will be minus 2 upon 3 under root 3, and maximum velocity will be for minus 1 upon under root 3, which will be plus 2 upon 3 under root 3. So total energy will be kinetic energy plus potential energy, and which is always constant for any system having equilibrium. So delta kinetic energy plus delta potential energy will be 0 because change in total energy will be 0. Okay, so change in potential energy will be 0 and this problem is solved here. Potential energy is given and we have now find out the minimum and maximum velocity or minimum velocity for both stable condition to unstable condition. Since we have to ask that minimum kinetic energy, so after reaching at unstable point, velocity becomes 0. Okay, unstable point velocity. So v final क्या हो गया यहाँ पे? V final will be 0. So half mvf square minus half mvi square equals to v max minus v minimum. We have find out v maximum and v minimum. So we will put the values and we are getting the velocity v naught, which is under root 8 upon 3 under root 3 m. This was the important question. Okay, here is one more question for you guys from the paper of NET June 2015, and the question is, a particle of mass m moves in the one-dimensional potential Vx equals to a x cube by 3 plus beta x4 by 4. It is alpha x cube by 3 plus beta x4 by 4 where alpha beta greater than 0. One of the equilibrium point is x equals to 0. The angular frequency of small oscillations about the other equilibrium point is. The potential is given for the particle of mass m which is moving in one-dimensional potential, and we have to find out the angular frequency of small oscillations. And there are 4 options. What will be the right one? Now you can solve this question. Okay, let's solve this. So this is the solution. Vx is given, which is alpha x cube by 3 plus beta x4 by 4. What we are doing, we are just doing the v over the x and we are putting this value equals to 0. So we have done so. We are getting alpha x square plus beta x cube equals to 0, and from here we are getting 2 points of x equals to 0, 2 values we are getting, x equals to 0 and x equals to minus alpha upon beta. What we will do next, we will just do double differentiation of this v, so d2v upon dx square, and we will just put both the values of x equals to 0 and x equals to minus alpha upon beta. So when we will put this x equals to 0, we get the value 0, and when we will put this x equals to minus alpha upon beta, we will get the value alpha square upon beta. Okay, what we are getting? Alpha square upon beta. This is the value of d2v upon dx square. Now we have to find out the omega, and we know the relation between omega and the potential. Omega equals to d under root v double dash x upon m. So just we have to divide it with this m, and this will be our final answer, which will be alpha upon under root beta upon under root beta m. Sorry, omega equals to alpha upon under root beta m. So option B will be the correct answer for this question number 1. So this question was from NET June 2015. Okay, let's move ahead. Correct option is B. Next question is from NET December 2014, and the question is, a particle of mass m is moving in the potential Vx equals to minus half alpha x square plus 1 by 4 bx4 where a and b are positive constant. The frequency of small oscillations about a point of stable equilibrium is. The question is the same as question number 1. And this is the solution. Now you guys can do all the mathematical. Here Vx is given. What we will do, we will just do V dash x. We will put this value equals to 0. We will get 2 or 3 points of x equals to 0 and x equals to plus minus under root a upon b. Next we will double differentiate this vx and we will get the value, and for minimum and maximum point we will put just these values of x, all the three values, x equals to 0 and x equals to plus under root a by 3 and x equals to minus under root a by 3, and we are getting the minimum and maximum values of v double dash x, and just we will put the value of this v double dash into what we will have to get. We will have to derive frequency of small oscillations about a point of stable equilibrium. And you guys know the stable equilibrium will be at the point where the v is minimum. I have told you guys this earlier. So v double dash x equals to plus minus under root a upon v, we are getting 2a, which is minimum. Okay, which is minimum. So we will derive the frequency only on this point, x equals to plus minus under root a upon b. And what we are getting? We are getting the answer under root 2a upon m. So correct answer will be option number 2. So basically this was all for today's lecture, and obviously your reviews and comments are always invited. So this is the comment section. You can post your queries also. Tell me how these videos are going. Am I able to make you understand my concepts easily? And thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep sharing the videos, and add more and more friends to the website. Thank you.